into the map. So the knife round must have been sorted, and we'll find out now who gets to start on which side, whether it's going to be Fnatic on the defense or not.
Tension, you know, we're just waiting for that screen to go away. And there it is, Fnatic starting on the CT side. And like you said, against Hellraisers, they definitely did a really good job. But look at this. So many people running B. And only one person. Oh, poor Olofmeister. The Glock train is coming and it's not going to stop. Slap just hitting that headshot. And now they're all completely out of position.
No, and I love how they don't show the bomb. I love how they don't show the bomb in that. So the bomb just trails behind right now, so you still have to have those two members over on the B side for Fnatic. JW steps in, takes out Crystal. JW with the second kill onto Slap. That bomb will get planted, however, and Wenta does manage to remove JW. Pronax brings it back to a 3-on-2, however, and now it's down to Pronax basically buying time for the rotations to come through from his teammates. It's only going to be a matter of time now. Crim's moving forward, gets flanked, however, shot in the heels, and he's down to 18 HP. He didn't have Kevlar to mitigate the damage.
Gotta be careful. Bomb is ticking there, but there's a kit on Crim, so they got a little bit of time here. Flusher jumping around the corner, looking for threat, but he's not gonna get the kill, and Spitfire will pick up one. There's no bullets left. Pronax, he gets a headshot, turns around, but he doesn't have the kit. He's out of time, and Acer are gonna win the round. There's a good headshot there.
Did you see the physics on that?
Yeah.
Like he just got yanked out of the way there.
Oh, man. What a round. Running out of bullets. And then running out of time, and then running out of health.
That is also something we don't see every day these days, when somebody actually uses all the bullets they have left on a USP. He's just like, oh. You can see that he was trying to like pull down as well to just like go the minimum amount of distance required to be able to actually equip it by hitting T.
I love Spitfire having a knife out to really try and stab them there. Acer, they're a map or a round up here, and they are going to go for interesting buy here. Like UMP and AK to deal with what they could guess is probably going to be one scout, but I mean, even 5.7s at long range could be better than a UMP almost. So you've got to be really careful here.
Crim's trying to peek forward to get that information. Slap does get spotted. So they do give up on that. They essentially give up on the restroom push, or at least Crims gives up on that area, just to allow Olofmeister to go ahead and pick up a kill and an AK in underpass. So
the only AK on the team.
That hurts. That's smarts.
That is, yeah, that's a little bit painful, isn't it?
Especially if you give it to Olof, right? Like, you don't want to give this guy anything. There should be like a rule that basically keeps him on P2000s for the game, just to make it fair.
And even then, he'd still be a little bit scary. Well, I mean, Fnatic, they did it on Cobblestone. They stole away that second round for losing a pistol, and they're not far from doing it here. Crim's in the corner waiting. Slap already taking a lot of damage. He's going to end up dropping 6 bullets left, and good flashbangs in here. Counter grenades coming out, and actually will tag up just a little bit teammates. JW looking for it. That's a great game sense, but he can't get the kill even though Crystal's on 7 health, so still a chance here. 16, 15 seconds left. They got to get the bomb down, and the bomb is dropped. Oh, no! Acer. This is getting out of control. Kill there as well. Wenton has to keep holding it down. He's going to get the plant, but he's still in an awful position. Gets a good shot in, though. And now let's see what Pronax can do. Jumping and shooting. UMP action here. Pronax very low. Glocks out as well. But a face shot, and he's going to be out of it. Pronax with a double. That's an intense round.
That was a heroic battle. The fact that he actually manages to bring that back and make it close. Can't believe that Pronax actually lives through that hail of bullets. Like, full UMP, full bullets from the pistol, and somehow Pronax wins with a headshot. I mean, that was really chaotic at the end there. And the backstab from Pronax, I mean, just all sorts of things just going wrong. Wrong and right, depending on the position. You know, Krim starting off strong. Yeah. Kind of bopping them in the nose in restroom. Olofmeister picking up that AK. I mean, everything kind of came into play, and they even managed to save the AK there, Fnatic. So, going up against this second buy for Acer, they go straight for the AKs. Such an expensive round last time. They're actually going to have quite a bit of firepower here. Olofmeister will pick up the initial frag, however. That's Wenton caught, but Crims gets caught in return. Olofmeister, however, just like zeroes in on Slap. This is just so back and forth. Great positioning by Acer. Their ability to return on the frags right now is just crucial, keeping them in this round. To keep them in this round, rather.
Yeah, tricky. JW spots out Crystal, and I think as soon as they hear that scout, they're like, let's not go there. That's not worth it, is it? I mean, no reason to subject yourself to more pain than is really necessary. Flusher.
Oops.
Sure, he got a good pop flash out then, but Crystal got the headshot right through. Now if they sneak down here, Pronax is in the corner. Can he pick up a kill? The bomb's going the long way around, which is great. Because it was coming through connector here, like Crystal currently is. It could get a little bit tricky.
Did Threat spot him? Threat was facing him. But did Pronax not show up on the radar? Oh my god, no idea that Pronax was there. And what's really crazy is that Spitfire managed to infiltrate onto that site on short as Pronax pushed in behind him. So they must have just missed each other. Oh, the timing doesn't work out for JW with the jump shot either. It's going to be straight. All right, this is going to be straight up close work here. 2 HEs for Fnatic. We'll see if they can actually guess right, but that bomb is ticking down. Neither of them have a kit to work with either, so they're fast running out of time here. Pronax will spot the one man, so they know that there's one holding on CT side, and it's going to be the man in big pit there to win the battle. Threat will take the first kill on Pronax, and JW trying to bait him out in the open. Threat just taking so much time, however, and he doesn't buy the fake.
I don't think there's time here, unfortunately, for JW. Nice attempt, but and double kill definitely worth something. I mean, making it a super expensive round 1 for here for Acer. He's got to save the AK, but still, it's going to be 2-1. And Fnatic, they don't have a lot of money in their turn, but because they killed everyone, they might force it up anyway. That would not be an outrageous decision for Fnatic, because they can shut them down here. And there it is. Yeah, Pronax buying, the rest of the team should follow suit. That's a very logical move based on the damage they did in that round.
And Olafmeister buys a kit. Good. I was wondering if that if they were going to skimp again, because I'm seeing a lot of kitless action from Fnatic. And they bungle a nade on T side. It doesn't do anything, however. So a little bit of a lucky draw there for Acer, not pulling a Freiberg. JW still occupying long, essentially. They are trying to move forward, but it makes it a little bit trickier with the CZs. Yeah, they're going to try and create, basically, like, Olafmeister now trying to use that smoke to create a close quarters environment for him to actually abuse the CZ with. I'm not sure if he actually spotted out went in there, but that nade, that's definitely going to do some nice damage.
That's kind of cool, actually. Boost going on. Crystal trying to look all the way over, but not going to get a kill off of it. And they're running this so safely. They really don't want to give up this round. They just lost one of these to Fnatic, and they don't want to do it one more time here. I'm playing outside of B a Spitfire. I like that little adjustment, just to make sure that there's no big flank going on. Grenade on out. 3 people coming around the corner, so it's actually a bit of a surprise that JW even gets the 1 kill. That's actually pretty good.
Shame he missed that nade as well. Actually, that would have been right on the money on the 2. Yeah. Pronax, if he had missed that spray, that would have been catastrophic, basically. That was a freebie, pretty much. Nice little corner play here by Flusha. Peeks out, picks up 1, and now they're just dangerously close to winning this round, essentially. Crystal and Wenton, the last 2 alive, and they're getting picked apart. Long range, close range, all the ranges. And Fnatic will actually, despite Acer's best efforts to play this safe, Fnatic actually win that round. So, right back in the driver's seat for them. A bit of a hard reset coming in here for Acer. They did have 2 guys with some decent money on their side.
I mean, currently, Pronax at 7-0-1, and, you know, being the captain of the team. I mean, Flush is still calling right now, but even though, like, that's not usually his role, being the guy getting the kills, so that's also a little interesting. Flashbang on over, maybe just to force Acer back a little bit, but terrorist side buying up once again here, going for armor, going for pistols. They don't want to give up, they want to keep challenging Fnatic.
Now we can actually see them go for it. This is where it gets really interesting. Double smoke down, just looking to buy time, essentially. Burn time off this clock. Minute 15 left here in Acer. They are holding up close. I mean, they did go for the force buy of their own, so they are trying to get close quarters with these Tech 9s. But they still have to account for Fnatic, and there's the peak. Olafmeister kind of getting pinned down, but he does manage to make it back around that corner. There is also... Whoa. Some wallbanging coming through. I mean, that is a common spot that Olafmeister used to play quite a bit until he changed up. We did have teams actually learn to start pre-firing that angle. Olafmeister would play it so often.
It's working out well for Fnatic though, even though JW is very low on health. It will drop here. Spitfire's going to go down. That's Pronax. More action with the P90 and Flusher. He had 1 as well, but he actually picked up an AK instead, so fair enough. They have a bit of first soul here on the CT side. Not going to go for the dual P90.
Well, they will go for the dual op, however.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, soulless.
Well, we've come to accept that, haven't we? I guess actually at this day and age, dual P90 is like, that's even being like fairly reasonable. It's not like, you know, triple MP7 or something like that. It's where you get really absurd.
That's it.
That's what the P90 is meant for.
Oh my god, he nearly gets it as well. Crystal down to 3 HP. Highway robbery. Flusher should have got that kill. But he goes for a surf, you know, just to celebrate. Loosen up, you know, a little bit.
Yeah, nice way to end the round always. Well, Fnatic making it 4-2. Team Acer, they're able to buy a lot in this round, and I'd like to see some sort of set strat coming out from them here. I mean, pre-planned smokes. They've got one Molotov, could be used to clear out a couple of different spots on this map. You know, back a truck up at A, or the barrels down at B. Two of the most obvious spots, really. Olofmeister, gotta be careful if you want to make this jump up. And actually, look at that. On the other side, Crystal was ready for it. None of them hit the shot. He saw that coming.
They actually did manage to pick that up. Slap. Holding up on this, but you're right. I mean, Olofmeister would have eaten a lot of nade damage. So kind of a, you know, a bit of a lucky break that he got slowed down there and didn't actually commit to the open air. And they do manage to take over long here for the time being. Although JW is going to go for the flash and the peek. Somehow he manages to live with 3 guys there, all guns pointing at him. So Fnatic with 4 rounds on the board, 2 for Acer, and so far Fnatic doing a pretty good job of burning time off this clock. Acer now past this minute mark. They're gonna have to start making a move, and the smoke goes down. That's going to allow them to start pushing up. JW does attempt a boost shot, however, so that once again is going to start slowing Acer down. We'll see if Crystal actually tries to go for the shot through. He is going to get the leg shot on Olofmeister. Obscene.
Good shot for Wenton to take down JW, and Olofmeister with a good pick off there onto Slap. Wenton will be alone, and hard to see how he can fight his way out of this one. Very little bit limited time, and that will be a headshot from Flusher to finish off the round at 5-2. Feels like Fnatic, I mean, they're not beasting these rounds, but they are slowly sort of grinding them out, you know, just like, it's almost back to basics, right? We're not seeing like super interesting stuff for Fnatic, like not many tricky boosts. Any boost right now has been like fairly standard, so yeah, just the basics coming out right now, which is a good way to win against a team that maybe you don't know that much about.
Exactly. Now that they've, you know, kind of warmed up and started hitting their shots as well, the basics seem a bit more attractive. Nice little peek there though onto Crims, and that's going to drop him down to 81, but still, this is definitely a Fnatic, well, a huge advantage for Fnatic considering Acer or Eco, and once again, just a few PT50s bought up. No nades though, so it is going to get ugly. Gonna have to just try and walk forward and like power their way onto a site, but Crims and JW already picking up 2 kills. They do, once again, that's actually going to be Crims getting caught out. I was about to say once again JW getting overwhelmed, but Crims, for shame. You're usually so good about holding passive angles.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's keeping up with the rest of the team, but giving up a bit of a rifle. Then the rest of Fnatic, they actually do have a pretty large bank here. Look at this. I mean, they could lose a couple of rounds here and probably still put a buy together. Acer, on the other hand, they're going to go for a double AWP of their own. So that's 4 AWPs on the map right now. See if they can put something together here. One of them making its way up towards the A side of the map. It's Crystal playing over here, and threat's going to go down. Crystal finds a return on Crims, though. Very important stuff for Pronax. Going to get the 1 kill in. Does get taken up by Slap. So they just keep trading.
And they're looking to push this fast through the main entrance. They do bring that bomb. Oh, but it stops right as it was about to commit. And Slap was hearing these steps from Flusha, so I'm wondering what he's communicating right now to his teammates. Expecting to jump over. Perhaps expecting a peek from Connector. And we can see right now JW slowly working his way down here. Not really sure what to expect quite yet, but if he opens that door, is he going to pre-aim the proper spot? 3-on-3 with 50 seconds left, though, and Acer just perfectly happy to just sit and hold and make Fnatic sweat.
I think if they have a smoke for sniper spot where Olof just was, that would be a good indication that they've done some good homework on this map here. But right now they're just sneaking on in, and look at this. JW is actually checking Olof behind, and I think the more he's checking, the more he's thinking it's going to be an A push. They can't be down here. But in fact, they are. 30 seconds left now. They're starting to make their way back. JW and Olofmeister both. And he's going to come up from behind JW. So they got to realize this, or they're going to be man down already. There it is. Spitfire goes down. Grenade on in, and it's a 2v3. Flick again. Not going to connect, but Crystal will go down. And Slap hiding in the smoke, trying to get the kill. He's going to pick up 1 AK in hand. Almost a double. That was actually close to being a sick clutch then, but he gets taken out by Flusher at 5 health, and that's going to be 7-2. This is now a little bit scary.
This is starting to get, yeah, definitely a bit out of control, because Fnatic, they saved both AWPs as well. Those are basically the things that would drain their economy the fastest if they actually had to rebuy those sniper rifles. Instead now, One guy is only going to be spending a fraction of what he should have. That's JW 3,100 invested, just getting like the Kevlar, the nades, everything else. The rest of them, though, still sitting on a pretty fair bank. Whereas on Acer's side, they actually, because of that bomb plant, get a pretty healthy buy going themselves. 2 rounds on the board for them, and they are going to be able to go for another AWP here for Crystal, and we'll see. Well, takes the shot. Olofmeister decides not to stick around. He is going to fall back, and that's actually Wenton picking up Pronax on short very early on here. Change of pace definitely for Acer now that they've actually got an opening frag.
Yeah, very good stuff here. They do need it a lot at the moment. 5 rounds down. As we said, a lot of teams have been able to put together really good halves on T side. Once they figure out how to attack the A-bomb side, seems to be the most popular spot at the moment. And Acer have been close a couple of times, but they just haven't been able to connect the final frags in.
Yeah, once again, when it gets close, that's where you see the experience basically on Fnatic paying off. Just the ruthless killer instinct kicking in. And JW gets the equalizer, basically brings it back to a 4-on-4, taking out Slap, who hasn't had many chances to shine on this map, not like on Cobble at least. Nice flash, perfectly timed on a Spitfire. That slows this push down. Flush up, peeks while reloading though, and I'm always going to wonder why players do that, but he gets punished appropriately.
JW ends up going down there. Crystal with a good kill, but Olofmeister actually ran back to pick up that kill. And now he's going to go back in. It's going to be a retake at even odds here. Bomb ticking away. There is 2 Molotovs on Fnatic, and there's 1 on Threat. Love to see Threat try and put that down on the defuse if it's going to happen, because they can't stop it with any kind of smoke or anything. There's 1 Molotov out. Threat sprays, gets the 1. Here it comes. Molotov all the way back. Is it going to bounce the right way? It will. Crim's not going to be enough time. He dies. Threat. Perfect timing. Well played here. A veteran player. Still really quick on his feet thinking there. It's a lot easier for us to see that he's got that Molotov in advance. It's a lot more tricky when you're in the game and playing. So,
he
well
hits
played.
2 bullets there, and that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Like, that was so close.
I mean, as Crims was fiddling with the wires, he's looking up at that decal on the wall of Olofmeister doing his like, 1 more time. And then, no, not going to be enough. Should have upgraded the Kevlar with the fire protection plus 10 to all resistance, but not going to be this time.
Slacked on that, didn't he? They certainly aren't slacking this round, Fnatic. 7-3. And they've caught 3 kills, now 4 kills early on. I mean, they've been bloody battles. Fnatic have taken some damage, but then they just completely wipe out Acer in this round. That is definitely one of the fastest rounds we've seen in quite some time. That wasn't just a flat-out rush.
Yeah, that's really demoralizing. You get off of a tight win like that, you know, Molotov victory and all that stuff, and then you just have the money, and then you just get destroyed anyway. 8-3. There's a chance that this could be like an 11-4, even 12-3 time far for Fnatic, which I think is too much. That's a lot of rounds for Fnatic right now, the way that that Overpass is playing out.
Yeah, they can't. Fnatic, no slouch. On the T side either. Molotov goes down.
Oh no!
Oh, wow, the perfect spray down.
Flusher with the AK, they just lined it up. It was almost like they were actually fighting, competing to get, you know, into his crosshairs. Look at this, like, me. I'm next. Yes, pick me.
Wow, like actually it was like they just decided to stand there. Perfect line for him.
And there's an honor getting killed by Flusher. I mean, everyone wants to be a part of that one. 9-3, and we are moving into the 13th round. It's AKs all around for the terrorist side. So they've... Oh, actually, there's going to be a Galil on Spitfire, but no double orbs for us. Going to be my point, like they tried earlier. Crims will open up. Pronax going to fall back and play it safe. Crims gets double before he finally goes down, and Olofmeister's going to spot out Slap, but doesn't want to be too aggressive either, and it's still looking good for Fnatic. Is there a man up, and just again playing super aggressively. This is what we saw against Hellraisers. It's hard for Acer even to get onto a site and just get the bomb down and try and play the afterplant.
Yeah, this is when we start to see Fnatic, the bullies, basically come out to play. And they managed to spot out where Crystal is as well, so we'll see if he actually could potentially catch Olofmeister off guard here, but he gets spotted out. It's going to be Flusher rotating in, hitting that perfect timing. Pronax already down here on the B site. Wallbang goes through. He's got the Molotov as well, but it's going to be the flash around the corner. Perfect time. And Crystal bungles the smoke. That is painful.
Yeah, and actually what he's doing now is is the right way of going about it. You just have to pretend to everyone watching that was part of the plan. Like, don't let them know that messed up. Just keep a straight face. Just
Like zero hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was totally expecting the rotation to come through connector there, so I just wanted to make sure that the guy couldn't peek me.
Exactly. Just, you know, don't let them know.
Yeah.
10-3, and we're moving into the 14th round here. So much money in Fnatic, it doesn't even matter what Acer do, they're not going to be able to force an eco, obviously. On their side, though, I mean, it's P250s all around, and then the one grenade on Winston just wants to be a bit special, doesn't he?
I know, and unfortunately, nobody decided to push ultra fast. Whoa, shot into the wall there by Olafmeister.
This is a P250 train coming out. Not too often we get to see that. They almost lined up Olaf. I was hoping for like a great triple, but I mean, he's still doing pretty decent work over here. I would say above average in terms of taking down unarmored players there. What?
Nicely done, bringing it back, making this expensive.
Crystal, though, gotta be careful. Does not have armor. And Pronax is on full health, and that's going to be the kill as well. Double for him. 11-3 now. Let's see what Acer can do. They've got one more chance here. But I think 11 rounds is... That's already a big success for Fnatic.
I do love this one right here. I do love the animations sometimes, like how the physics play out, because it reminds me of like those old Hollywood movies when somebody gets shot point blank with a shotgun and they just get like propelled through the wall. All right.
One thing I miss in Global Offensive is actually in 1.6 sometimes when you get a headshot on an unarmored target, they would sort of almost stand on one leg and then their head would like shoot back in like one half circle,
I see it,
and the blood would spray in like sort of a half circle as well. Like that blood spray is like a classic thing. Oh my lord, JW, what is going on? We're just trying to have a civil conversation about headshots, and then he just completely wrecks Wenton.
Then Cribs has like a really embarrassing moment there. What? I think Acer at this point are starting to crumble a little bit. Lack of communication, perhaps. They do bring it back to a 3-on-3, but Crims with a free kill. Well, he had 2 free kills, but he decided to be generous and give up on one. And is this real life right now? Fnatic have 3 ops.
I like it.
That's not going to be awkward.
Not at all. I mean, unless you missed the shots here. JW going from almost god tier to just missing a fairly easy shot. Then Flusher going to run to try and catch the grenades in time, and he certainly did. Flusher now all alone in 1v3 here for the 15th round, last of the half, and it looks like Team Acer are going to be able to pull this off. So nice. I mean, they're in a 3v3 and they managed to pull their way out. Definitely some credit to them.
And well, that's just really unfortunate for him. Timing works out perfectly for Spitfire, and we will finish the half 11-4. Fnatic, pretty solid performance on the CT side, getting more rounds than we expect to see these days. So,
I mean, to the point where, you know, if this was the first iteration, that's just nuts, isn't it? If this was the first iteration of Overpass, we would have right now been saying, wow, 4 rounds, like Acer, they've got such a good chance of making a comeback. If they're in the pistol, man, then, like, it's almost done. Then, you know, wow. But, because it's like they changed that A-bomb side, it's changed a little bit, and I definitely expect Fnatic to take this. And even, if not easily, then at least pretty convincingly. Be surprised if Acer can put up, like, a much of a struggle here. But, I mean, I feel like it all the time is going to sound like we're trying to undersell Acer here. The fact is they're playing the best team in the world, and they're doing a really cool job. They're actually making this look like if they just, like, got a little bit more time to practice, they might be able to take 2 maps instead of 1 off of Fnatic. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, winning a best of 3 like this?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That would be just completely wild. So far, though, they're on the kind of the same, the similar path to Hellraisers, which is pretty much, it seems like they are actually managing to hit a bit of a similar level to Hellraisers as well. So this is definitely, you know, a positive thing to see coming from Acer, seeing as how they aren't the oldest team in the book, certainly not. I believe they were put together right before Copenhagen Games, just a little bit of time before Copenhagen Games.
Yeah.
So it's now, you know, it's just a few months really that they've had to work together and try and gel, basically.
As far as I can tell, this is not one of those teams either where they've given up everything and like do Counter-Strike full time. Like they all have jobs. I know Threat has a job, and you know that they're doing things next to it. So that also means, unlike Fnatic, who only do this, it's you know, it's a bit of an unfair playground in that sense. Yeah.
It's like that describes the entire pro scene, right?
But now, I mean, I mean, we've got Threat, we've got Crystal, we've got Robin, you know, making noises like he wants to come back and compete. We could be making like a real old school all-star team, you know, soon.
You're just like rubbing your hands together right now, man. Just like
There were all sorts of rumors in the Danish scene as well. Like Sonic was making noises like he was going to come back and play. Minette was there. Like there's been a couple of different ones.
whatever happened to Sonic?
I think he's still playing, just, you know, slowly. Guess it takes a while.
Never hang up that mouse. You never really do.
Nobody ever really quits Counter-Strike, that's the saying, right? Nobody ever really does. Lots of people retire, but then they just happen to sort of reappear again later on. Weirdly. They're back anyway. Alright, it's 11-4. We're moving into the 16th round. And let's look at this smoke here from Crims. Fairly basic. As basic as you possibly get, but that also means it's really hard to screw it up, which is great news there. No jumping, no crazy throwing, just right up on the wall. And they're in the bomb site in a matter of seconds. Bomb already going down. They're going to counter boost up here to the sniper spot. That is super sick, but Slap and Spitfire, they get the kills. And JW finally gets Crystal, but they know where he is now. So the element of surprise is gone. Can they get the defuse? Crims is back here. Tech 9 in hand, and he's going to get overrun. That's a double from Slap. Good shot there, but he's going to fall. And Team Acer will win the round. It's a great idea, that boost. Really cool.
That was a super sick idea, but I guess that's the main issue, is the fact that it took them so long to actually achieve it that they were getting completely flanked at the same time. They lost 2 kills so quickly, and then Flesha didn't really have much of a chance to do anything because, of course, when he goes up onto that site, there's 2 guys, 3 guys already waiting there for him from Acer. So that would be sick if... I mean, it would be sick, basically, if Acer were just a little bit longer on the rotation. We're past such a quick map on the rotations, though, so really you do have to hit, like, the perfect timing to actually make that boost work.
Fnatic don't care. They got the bomb plant. They could wait one more round and buy AKs. Like, no. We're going to go for 4 Tech 9s, 1 P250, and Crims again with the smoke, and the Molotov over to the corner by the barrels here. Pretty standard, but pretty thorough work here. I mean, Fnatic, you can tell they got the coordination down, and Lochmeister making a lot of noise. Acer, they're making a full rotation. They're ready for this. Only one guy staying behind for a couple of seconds, but now they're in it. Crim's going to get the 1 kill here. P90 picked up as well. He's got the armor for it, spraying madly up at the sniper spot. No bomb plant yet happening for Fnatic. They just cannot get it down.
This is actually a bit of a concern now. Crims gets picked up, the last man alive, and 4 players surviving here for Acer. Much like the last round, this is going to be fantastic for their money. And now they're really going to get an opportunity to start farming, because Fnatic can't just keep force buying round after round. They would just allow Acer to come back too far into this, so they are going to have to eat a round of eco here. 11-6, and Acer, they keep their cool, and they really do actually manage to keep Fnatic from just going for the brute force method. Fnatic clearly looking for the knockout punch there, and it did kind of whiff. It must have slipped on a puddle or something.
Well, that's where you gotta worry as well. If that's the mentality that Fnatic have, I mean, we are getting, you know, it's like 11:30 now, so if they can start having the mentality that, well, we just need to finish this game. Come on, let's go. The teammates have shown us already today that they can punish them for that. Like, they're skilled enough that they can shut down Fnatic if that happens. So I think it's on Fnatic to take it seriously. Yeah, bomb does go down. Just as the flames devour JW, so
that was like near instant as well. The flames, as soon as they got onto him.
Yeah.
You see that? How he was like at 78, 80 HP, and then all of a sudden it's just like gone, crazy fast. Molotovs. But
I was like, because I'm also like approaching the point where the lack of sleep is slowly catching up to me. I was like debating, is it time to make like a Diablo firewall reference? But I was like, nope. Probably no one's gonna get it. But,
what were you gonna say?
Oh no, it's too complicated, man. I'll leave it. I'll leave it.
You're just gonna save it for another day.
Yeah, exactly. Like one where I'm actually able to put together sentences still.
A bit more adventurous.
Strat has already been tagged up a little bit there. 14 damage on him, and Acer are only 4 rounds behind. So winning the right rounds, it could make the difference here. Olofmeister trying to be very sneaky. Long-range spray. Oh, my lord. Not going to get the kill on Crystal, though. Some people can control the spray that long range, but it's really, really difficult.
Yes, with the AK. Like, Get Right comes to mind, Freiburg as well, but like really it's a pretty tight-knit club.
Yeah.
Who can actually pull that kind of play off. They do manage to get that entry frag, however, and now opening up the B site. clear path there, but the bomb is dropped all the way back in T-spawn, so this is going to waste valuable time. JW, watching Sniper, though, is going to pick off Crystal, so now they have a man advantage to work with, and the Molotov as well, to buy even more time for this bomb to run its way over here on Pronax's tiny legs.
They got a smoke that just went up. They've got another Molotov and 2 HE grenades. I like the fact that Team Acer are going to go for this boost up here, but Fnatic, I've surely seen this before, so it's going to be a little bit scary too. Bomb has only just gone down, so the one Molotov there to zone out the L-bend. Can they do another one in? Maybe force Fnatic to move out of position. Good flashbangs here, but they can't really move on it, and they're going to run away and save what they've got. That's a reasonable idea as well. That'll make it 12-7 though, which means Fnatic back on tracks again.
They actually managed to get the control of the situation there, Fnatic. I mean, they controlled the situation through and through. They did give up a couple kills in Crimson Olafmeister, but right from the start, they were able to get the opening kill, do quite a bit of damage to Threat, and they do even hunt down Wenton. Spitfire will save the important gun, however, so Wenton had 7,000 in the bank. It's not going to be the end of the world for him. Crystal will be able to actually hold on to the AWP. So this should be a force buy coming out here from Acer. Everything getting devoted to this one round, and it's a bit of a tough one as well, because if they give up this, if they lose this round right here, that puts Fnatic on 13. They might have to eco on Fnatic's 14, and then Acer really have so little room to work with. JW very quickly down here into underpass, and unfortunately for Acer, that flash didn't really work. Smoke, however, that'll work just fine.
Oh,
clever.
Went, and not sure if he was just peeking over, if he heard JW running. Either way, he gets that kill in. They also picked up Olafmeister. Leg shot from Crystal. Perfect timing on Pronax, and not the best start for Fnatic. In fact, the kind of start where you sort of left wondering, well, where do we go from here? Could we send Crims or Flusher on some sort of spec-up missions to pick up a couple of kills? It has to be something crazy like that, because there's almost no way to execute into this kind of defense that's being put up here and come out alive.
And this is kind of problematic for Fnatic as well, because it's going to reset their economy when they lose this round. So all that steam from that one round, essentially, that they've managed to win this half, it's going to go by. Oh, and Crims, unfortunately for him, can't pull that trigger fast enough, can't get that headshot. Slap holding up. He's going to be able to pick up the first, and does he get the second? And yes, he will. Slap delivers. 2 kills for him. Spitfire rotating in to help cover as well, and Crims kind of just left all by his lonesome on this A site, trying to draw somebody out into the open right now.
Yeah, you can see Crims is like playing against an opponent that isn't there, but he's like thinking right around the smoke. There's going to be someone there. Crystal to pick up the last kill then, and it's going to be 12-8. And as you said, Fnatic's economy now it's going to be a little bit tricky. Only really JW could have bought something, and he's going to buy a Tech 9 and could maybe drop some for a couple of friends, but he might want to save the money for an AWP later on, because he's decent enough with that weapon.
Yeah, haven't you ever heard of shadowboxing, Anders? You know, Crims, he's just going through the motions. He knew he wasn't going to win. Just, okay, if the guy sneaks around this side, I'll do this. Crystal gets all the way up to top mid behind a pop flash. He's going to take a peek, and he's not going to find anything. And they do continue to hold fairly aggro. Again, same setup in underpass, so we'll see. And again, it is actually Wenton with using... That's a one-way smoke, it looks like.
Shaolin shadowboxing at the Wu-Tang short style.
Yeah. Swing, swing.
Yeah. You think your Wu-Tang style can defeat me? Alright, going off track here entirely. Olafmeister is going to be dead already, and just pistols. I guess we're just waiting for Fnatic to decide where they want to go with it. And Fnatic are waiting around and hoping that Acer is going to make some sort of basic mistake. You know, a weapon they can steal somewhere, someone getting adventurous and looking for too many kills. But I mean, I would say overall in this best of 3, Acer have shown pretty good discipline when it comes to stuff like this. They do try and play it safe. They do try and have some good discipline. So that's cool. Nice shot from Crystal. JW trying to make that jump work, but not going to make it happen. And yeah, see, this is where Crystal shouldn't repeat, and he doesn't. But if it had been JW on the other end, even 1 health, he'd probably keep going.
Yeah. So I got teammates close enough by to pick up my gun if I die. It's all good. Situation is nominal. Need that frag. But what's fun is that, you know, he just like, bam, flicks onto that one, but then he doesn't hit like the really easy one where the guy's just like standing still, crouched, just spraying at him. So, Crystal, come on, man. It's not all about the frag reels. You got to get the easy ones too.
Well, continuing in the Wu-Tang tracks, I think it's time for Fnatic to bring the ruckus and see if they're going to be able to, moving all the way over by the picnic area. Crystal is here. They're lined up for him, and he's going to take down Crims. If he had been 1 second earlier, they actually had like a perfect formation for him. He could have killed pretty much, well, at least 2 of them. Killing 3 with 1 shot's really hard. I'm not even sure it's actually possible.
And Flusha actually managed to find him out in the open as well. Quick rotation there by JW. Not sure if he spotted the man holding by Bank, but he does put some shots through. Bomb has not yet been committed, but JW getting a 2nd kill on this A site could make things quite a bit easier here for Fnatic. They do manage to readjust their aim in time. No punish, however, coming through here, and Slap will be able to catch out the lurker that was Olafmeister left behind to make sure that the rotator would go down. Instead, it's Fnatic now playing a man down. 49 seconds left, and Wenton comes so close to actually denying that bomb plant.
Yep. Oh, Flusha will pick him down, though, and that's a 2v2. Flusha gonna go for a bit of a shot there on Threat, who's already very low. Bomb being planted once again. Threat is gonna fall. Oh no, Team Acer, they had the man advantage, but now they're gonna lose it. Flusha with a quad kill, and that is gonna make Fnatic, well, now dangerously close to winning this map here. 13-9. Team Acer can put a buy together, but if they start losing now, they might not get a chance to get back in it again, because then they're gonna be coming. And that's when Fnatic run away with it.
If they lose this, they're definitely in a forced buy situation for the round that follows, you're right. Whereas Flusha, I mean, the consistency across the board regarding frags for Fnatic is actually pretty pleasing. It's like one of those like oddly satisfying things where it's like, oh, everybody's actually like within a couple frags of each other. That's when you know a team is really just on point. Man, you're gonna do good work. And good timing there by Winston. Catches JW with the punish, but that's when it comes down to the positioning for Fnatic as well, having that man watching his back, making sure that, you know, the buddy system is in play. You're going to be able to get that return frag. But Fnatic have nearly used all their nades. They have a single smoke to work with and 2 HEs and a flash, so not a whole lot of gear to be able to actually, you know, help get onto a site.
No, not really. I mean, 1 smoke is less than ideal, especially because there's 2 and a Molotov and flashbangs as well on Acer, so you could put up the smoke, but are you going to be able to actually use it, or are you yourself going to be zoned out? Crim's looking for an opening pick. He wants someone to peek here, but is he going to be able to catch Spitfire? A bit of an off angle for Spitfire, so it might catch Crims for long enough there. And indeed, well, he unscopes actually just as he gets into the angle. So a little bit unfortunate. There's the Molotov to buy time. 30 seconds now. Olafmeister, last bullet headshot on Threat. It's got to be annoying. Now, 3-on-3. And Crystal trying to cover the crossover here. Whereas that bomb, it's making its way on the ramp. So smoke goes off. Spitfire playing close. There's Pronax going down. The bomb being planted right in front here is at least going to give Fnatic some money, but they will lose the round. And it's going to be 13-10. It is not over yet.
No, and they are struggling right now, Fnatic. Well, surprisingly enough, when it comes time to crunch time, it's going to be Acer actually winning through, whereas Fnatic, they're going to have to eat a round of eco here. Yeah, JW has enough to go for the Tech 9. He's actually going to drop a couple of them. So, I mean, he's just fine making that investment. Next round, he'll have enough money for an AWP, so he can afford to drop a few pistols, make sure that his teammates are well equipped. Olafmeister with the Tech 9 is a force of nature, as we all know, and Pronax gets one as well. So, let's see if they're actually going to be able to find anything, though. That shift, that trade that was going on over in T-Spawn actually took a little bit of time, so that's given Acer plenty to get into a position to actually stop any kind of aggression at top mid. And wow, Acer are willing to just fall all the way back. When do they set up the boost? Because if you're going to give up mid just like that...
Well, normally I would be opposed to this if Fnatic had a lot of equipment. But actually, because they're playing against that anti-eco, and maybe that's what they realized, I think this is a perfectly reasonable position. The problem is if you fall back on this bomb site normally, and the T's have grenades and Molotovs, they'll put the bomb down and just defend it forever. That's not going to happen now. Fnatic, I mean... Unless they get some really early kills here, they're not going to be able to do it. Oh, Crystal staying alive for a long time, but there's no cover out there. Getting caught in the middle of nowhere.
40 seconds, 40 seconds left here for Fnatic to make the play. There's, I mean, to me it looks like they want to go to this A site, but a rotation is actually happening, so it's a 2-2 situation here as far as the defense is concerned for each site. There's a shot for Fnatic. If they can hit the timing just right. 20 seconds left. Molotov goes down, but it's not in the right spot. Instead, it's Wenton with the M4. And there we go. That's actually picture perfect for Acer. Yeah. Total annihilation.
Very nicely done. A little bit scary, you're right. They rotated out of the bomb site, but Fnatic just couldn't make it work in the end. It's going to be 13-11 now. 25th round is coming up, and Fnatic Yeah, they can make a buy, and it's not going to be the worst buy in the world, but it won't be the AWP. It won't be, you know, any kind of carpet of Molotovs that they can try and use. Just the basic tools here for the terrorist side. And Team Acer still staying alive, and they survived this round with 4 members as well, so they're building their own economy a little bit as well. It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
They want to go for fast. They want to go for speed right now, and they could potentially just try and speed this up. They're going to put Olafmeister through. HE's passed. He does manage to commit, but then he gets cleaned up. No, he does not. In fact, JW and Flush are getting nailed. Olafmeister still alive, holding that angle. Crims takes some HE damage, but this bomb plant could potentially happen here. Man advantage still for Acer, and the flashes are just raining in right now. This is so difficult for Fnatic. They're getting picked off one at a time.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they should stop essentially walking into B like this, because it really feels like Acer are really good at holding it down. Not a lot that they could do here. Slap ends up dropping Crims. Oh, it's Olafmeister coming in from the side, so actually the time that they spent here just getting themselves together is going to put them in a 2v2 now, but Crims is very low on health. And the bomb is on the site here. Could they actually put it down? Olafmeister walking back in. Not going to get the flick then. Crystal, this grenade is going to be lethal to Crims if he stays put. No, it goes too far. Oh my lord, he stays alive. That is so close.
He doesn't line it up with that pillar. If it hits the pillar, it would have been dead on. Now Crims gets the headshot, obliterates Wenton, and it's going to be Crystal alone 1v2. He knows there's a man holding on the site. He's going to run forward. And actually managed to get that kill, but Olafmeister holding close, playing around the rosies. He's going to get caught out by Crystal.
Wow.
Plenty of time left for this defuse. Completely surprised that Olafmeister got found so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, super well played by Crystal. That's amazing. In spite of the grenade going a little bit too far then, he's at 21 kills. Spitfire at 23, but that's both of them very close to Olafmeister is at 22 as well. So they're like the top of the leaderboard right here. That's going to be 13-12, 26th round coming up. Team Acer is now 1 round away from tying the score, and potentially they could beat Fnatic here. They could 2-1 Fnatic in a best of 3.
What an insane achievement that would be.
Yeah, that'd be big.
That's like putting yourself on the map right there.
Yeah, I mean, even in an online game, that should be really difficult, shouldn't it?
Well, Crim starts off strong with that entry, but they line up for him. Wenton just hits it perfectly there. Nobody to return the kill either, and he even gets that flash out there just to buy a little bit more time. JW actually getting dropped dangerously low, down to 4 HP. And he took that fight, maybe an HE as well. And the shot to do it. Spitfire is going to catch him out. And this is looking just absolutely out of control now for Acer. They've got that 2-man advantage. 2 players holding on the B side, but the rotation is coming through now. Wenton will be able to make his way down into CT to support, and Olafmeister has been smoked off on short. So where do they decide to go here, Fnatic?
Nice counter grenade. They just get tired of Fnatic throwing grenades over that wall. So Boost coming up here. Easy pick off on Spitfire. That is very clever. Last time Fnatic were in this position, they did get 2 kills and brought it into a 2v2 that they very nearly won. So Acer are going to be a little bit scared, I guess, too, that it could happen again here. 30 seconds left. Smoke goes off. Olafmeister's creeping in. The timing is godlike, and the threat is going to be gone. Smoke to block off here. Another smoke on Olafmeister to buy more time. So the bomb's going to go down. Wenton has to wait. Crystal's pretty far away. In fact, just now showing up the sniper spot, so they need to work together, obviously.
And I love that they didn't go for a conventional spot. They don't go for a conventional plant. They actually managed to set it up so that it's way out in the open right now. As long as they can stay alive here, Olafmeister gets a headshot on Wenton. That's certainly going to help things. And Crystal now just going to try and bait them out into the open. Shots coming through from Flusha. Nobody is there, however, and the Molotov there to buy the time. He just gets on that bomb, but Flusha, having changed up the angle, will be able to deny it. And they save the AWP in the end. That bomb not going to blow up in time to deny the gun save. So,
oh no, look at the mun here.
Yeah.
A bank on 2, but there's 3 people that essentially would need something. They could probably stretch this, but it's still scary here. Fnatic 14-12, and Acer, yeah, threat with just a pistol here. Huge lack of grenades, no Molotovs to buy in time, and certainly no AWP.
And 2 guys in the underpass here early on for Fnatic. They know that this has been a very strong point of contention for Acer, and Wenton just gets spotted. No luck there for him. HE to chase him back, and Olafmeister just dominates here in underpass to get that initial frag. I was almost wondering if Flusha was actually going to get that to line up properly. Bit of a close call there for whoever's holding on the other side of that wall.
Just for a moment, right? Just for a moment.
Yeah.
I thought that could be real. They got the entry. And Acer just staying in the bomb sites. Crystal has moved up a little bit towards the restrooms in the middle of the map, but that's the furthest, that's the most aggressive they've been so far. Oh, spots out one, gives up his position, and Fnatic, yeah, they saw that. They're gonna try and see if they could pick him off, but falling back into it. He's gonna be safe for a moment.
And smokes, nades, everything raining out, trying to keep that focus on the A site. Spitfire, they line up. And as the crossfire, Threat manages to step forward, take out Pronax. Threat with the second now, using Pronax's own gun against his teammates. But then Crims comes back into it. 2 quick headshots, opens everything back up again. And they spot the man dropping into pit as well. HE into it, but Crystal is now rotated over. And with 18 seconds left, there's no options. Crims has to commit to this site. He has to find a kill insanely quickly here.
Yeah, running down, 10 seconds here. Goes for the kill, but not going to get it. Slap will take him out. 14 to 13. Bit of a crazy move from Fnatic. I have no idea why they wanted to run through the smoke down at L bend. I mean, they could have been just fine. They did not have to do that.
They had time.
They had time, and they had other routes to get into the bomb site. It just seemed like a crazy plan. I mean, they spotted one guy jumping back. They spotted Crystal jumping back. So maybe somehow they felt like they had a count on how many were A, and they thought there's only going to be one guy B. Let's just go. But there were 2, so. Could have been a little bit of misinformation as well on that side. Crystal, good shot there on JW. Early kill, falls back into it. Fnatic, they are on pistols here. This could tie the score.
And they just barely make it back onto the relative safety of the site. Flash to stop it, and Crystal gets juked. Gets the follow-up, however, that drops the bomb up close. They're just getting picked off at this point. Fnatic, they do manage to return one with the help of the Tech 9. No, it's going to be Flusha instead to pick it up, and Olofmeister will get a kill. That Spitfire will find that flank, keep things alive, and we're into it. 14-14 now the score between these 2 teams. Fnatic will have enough money to get a buy after that round of eco. Acer, no problem at all for them either, although just a little bit, a mite bit low there on Spitfire. He's gonna have enough for a full buy, however. But this is it now. Both of these teams, their backs to the wall, essentially. Acer, clearly no bank. Fnatic, no bank either. So whoever wins this is gonna have a very strong shot at closing out the map altogether. Closing out the series altogether, because this is the last map in this best of 3. Overpass, the deciding map. And Fnatic can't be very pleased right now with their overpass play. I mean, with how close it was versus NIP, with how close it is versus Acer right now, it just, nothing is going their way on this map.
They're going to be unhappy indeed. Oh, spray on through. Dangerous fight to take if it's M4 versus AK, because the AK does so much damage. Slappy's down to 11 health, but Flusha is gone entirely. So still an advantage for Acer. And you're right, this could settle everything. Crystal gonna miss the shot. Now he's trapped. He's already died a couple of times to being in this position. And he's gonna try and get out, but JW will drop him. So back into a 4v4 with now the advantage, health-wise and otherwise, in favor of Fnatic here. They're gonna try and go quick towards the bomb site. Spitfire gonna pick up JW. It comes down to this. And Wenton taking some damage, trying to hide behind this truck. There's no bomb plant yet for the Fnatic team. They gotta make a move before they get wrapped around here. Pronax will pick up a kill onto Wenton, and bomb finally goes down. But look at who's coming up from behind. It's Threat with the FAMAS, and actually he's gonna be alone. Oh no, he loses both teammates.
Oh, but he drops Crims. Shame that there isn't more time on the clock here. He could have tried to play for something there, but with 20 seconds left, Fnatic plenty of breathing room, and Olofmeister and Pronax both alive. Overlapping as well. Olofmeister waiting on CT ramp. Pronax crouching behind the boxes. So let's see. Olofmeister draws the attention to himself. Threat might not think that somebody's holding up close now. He's trying to check the angles, but he realizes with this bomb plant, it's going to get very tricky indeed. Pronax gives away his position, but the clock is ticking. Threat, not a lot of time to play with, and Pronax will come through in the end. 3 kills for Pronax in the round, and the AWP saved. And for quite some time throughout the first half, at least, Pronax was the one leading for the kills on Fnatic's side. Of course, now the rest of his teammates, the rest of his bruisers have caught up, and Olofmeister's nearly dropping a 30 bomb. But really impressive turnaround there from Pronax, who had a really rough start to the night on Mirage.
Yeah, you're right. Wasn't the best of starts. Team Acer, though, I mean, they've impressed us all evening. It's gone to the 30th round in the 3rd map in a best of 3 against the best team in the world. That has to say something. But tragically for them, that 30th round, they have to play with a FAMAS, an M4A1, which did just get a kill on Flusha, and then 3 pistols. There's Olofmeister returning now up to 28 kills, and Crims will fall. Crystal not reloading. He knows that JW's there, but he can't get the kill. Very close indeed.
Oh, and does JW get the shot? This is going to be very tricky stuff. decides to commit to this. He wants somebody to peek long. He really, that's like all he wants for Christmas. Somebody peek, but it's not going to happen. They're playing this very well right now, Acer. They realize at what a disadvantage they're at. Slap with 40 HP has the sole rifle on this team. Threat with the P250, Spitfire with the CZ75. And they have rotated 2 players up onto the A site now. Both of the pistols essentially are here for Acer. But Olofmeister going to commit to this bomb plant. Flank stopped by Pronax, and now Olofmeister falls back through that smoke, and he can actually play this. As soon as that smoke clears up, this is going to get very tricky. They try and line up the peak, but Olofmeister somehow drags a shot on. He's going to get caught by Spitfire, though. This is getting too close for comfort.
But look at where Pronax is. If there was a smoke here with Spitfire, maybe there'd be a chance, but this is almost impossible. No kit either. Fnatic in the 30th round, they're going to steal it away. There's almost nothing Spitfire could do, and I think he knows it as well. Pronax playing this so smartly. He's got 10 seconds, and he's just waiting here. And there's no time. So, I mean, what an effort from Team Acer. Really impressive stuff. But at the end of the day, Fnatic, they just eke out and win. Wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, it would have been cool if Acer could have done this. But even without the victory, I still feel like they're sort of like the moral victors, if we can say that. Like that was pretty cool.
No,
well
there's no such thing. It's nothing but the win. It's the big W. That's all you want.
All right, all right.
There's no depth. There's nothing to look at past. You know, you're either a winner or you're a loser.
The winners write history and all that stuff, you know. Can say whatever they like about teammates.
Pronax is just going to say, yeah, it was done in 2 maps. Just very quick work.
Well, look, guys, that's actually the first day of the playoffs here at Fragbite. Oh no, sorry, we're not quite there yet.
We aren't quite there. We've had a mix tonight, basically consolidation match, and this was the winner match of Group